What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Salud Cabrones podcast. I am Danny Villegas. Oh my God, this laugh is scaring me.
And
already.
I am Javier Ledesma. Danny, what was that laugh?
Dude. Well, I don't know. People. I don't know. I'm feeling a scary presence next to me, though. I'm kind of nervous even.
I'm a little uncomfortable with this episode.
Yeah, I just got goosebumps right now. Oh Jesus.
Oh, who is that,
bro?
1, 2.
Okay. Well,
gentlemen,
we have the Boogeyman here.
I don't think we need to introduce who's that, because I think everyone by now recognizes that face. Everyone recognizes that laughter. That is none other
Then who are you?
And the Boogeyman, and I'm coming to get ya.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, I just got the chills. Thanks
for having me, guys.
Hey, Boogie,
was amazing.
Thank you so much for coming, hanging out with us today, man. Thank you.
I appreciate
Thank you.
man.
We're here at RomeoCon. We had a panel, a wrestling panel, but little did we know Boogie wanted to come and surprise us and scare the hell out of everybody on the panel, even everyone on the panel. Jesus.
We didn't see that one coming, man.
No, it was a beautiful thing, man. I mean, just to see Ted DiBiase, the legend himself, get up out of his chair the way he got. I mean, if you guys out there see them once they show this on YouTube, man, once it's service, it's hilarious.
Oh my God,
hilarious! And you guys pulled it off.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Great idea.
Thank you.
And I love being part of great ideas.
Thank you, sir. Right? Thank you.
We had Missa, who is Chicago's sweetheart, run right out of her heels.
Yeah, Shabo, Zilla,
everybody.
It was great.
It takes a lot to scare someone like Zilla.
Boogie, it's so good to see you at the cons, man. I see you always posting on your social media. You're always doing cons. I love seeing you there. I love seeing your interaction with the fans. Seeing you these last couple of days, interacting with the fans, man. You could tell you really love your fans.
Oh, you know what? And yeah, and I do. I mean, love life and then love you back. I'm all about positivity, man. And I know I have a platform right now God has blessed me with, although the character is the Boogeyman, but I'm trying to put a twist to it. And if I can get these kids to point them in a positive direction instead of me just saying, oh, Boogeyman, I'm coming. No, I mean, if you're a good kid, I'm the bad chasing the bad. If you're a good kid, Boogeyman ain't got nothing, you're good. If you're a bad kid,
ooh, man.
You know what I mean?
Man, I don't want to know.
And that goes for adults too as well. But no, man, I really do love my fans, and I do love what I do, and it's the genuine. It's a two-way street with me.
Right, and like I said, I always see on your social media, you're very inspiring, man. You always give words of encouragement, give words of inspiration, man. What is your advice to the younger generation, especially even younger generation that wants to come up in the business?
In terms of my advice with anyone, pursuing a goal or dream, particularly the young kids, and if you want to pursue something within the realms of professional wrestling, I say find a proper school that you can invest in, and they have the proper instructors there, someone that's actually been to the dance. Don't do any of this backyard wrestling stuff or none of that stuff. And if you're a really young kid and you're in high school, learn the basic premises. Get on and join a wrestling team, and where you're not going to, you're going to be coached properly and so forth. And then you get more familiar with the mat and what you need to do. So by the time that you go to advance to this particular stage in life, you'll be already sharp. You'll be ready for it. But I strongly advise kids to get away from the whole backyard wrestling, because what we do is a very dangerous sport. I know a lot of people think, oh no, it's fake, it's fake. Trust me, I've had quite a few surgeries, and they weren't fake surgeries.
Yeah.
It was due to wrestling, but to be able to come out and tell a story and tell a proper story, what people don't understand, it takes a special type of craft for me to come out there, for us to come out and work together as a unit to get the storyline across. It's a physical sport, I mean, that chair hurts, that slap is real, so it's something that needs to be taken in consideration and not just jumping, oh, I'm going to be a professional wrestler. No, it's much more serious than people think it is. It's a craft. It's an art.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Boogie, you are probably one of the most prolific characters in wrestling history. Not just your own time, but man, there's a lot of characters in the world of pro wrestling, but you stand definitely head and shoulders above a lot in terms of your presentation and just what you brought to the table. There's a lot of people out there that have Boogeyman stories. So let me ask you a question when we have that out there. How did the evolution of the Boogeyman character come to be? How was it presented to you? And what kind of your twists that you add upon that?
Well, the character itself is something I created from head to toe, from toe to head. Vince gave me the creative license to do whatever I want. And you got to also keep in mind, Boogeyman is a folklore. You know, it's a folklore. WWE allowed me the chance to bring a face to it, you know. And but at the time when creating the character, I mean, I'll be honest with you, keeping it real, I was in a very dark place. You know what I mean? Yeah. Psychologically, a lot of things were going on, and that could revert back to at Tough Enough back in 2004 on Venice Beach. You know, and at that point in time, and no one knew this, I was homeless. And people say, well, what about Plan A, Plan B, and all that? There is no Plan B. There is no Plan B. I think for anyone that's aspiring to do anything in life, there is no Plan B. Plan A has to fucking work. Okay, and that's what excuse my language.
No, you can talk good. Yeah, you do it, brother.
I think you have to be that dedicated and that how do I say, committed to what you have to offer, what you bring to the table. Know your worth. You know, and going back to Tough Enough, you know, and it was a plan because there's a big joke saying, "Oh, he lied about his age." I knew I lied. I knew it was a part of my plan was to lie, but that lie was going to give me 3 days to perform physically. This is a physical challenge. It wasn't a test for me, my IQ and all. It was a physical challenge, and I was ready for it. I was a warrior, ready for war. And I went that. So as long as I do this, I said, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to prove one point. That it's regardless of my age. Yeah, I lied. But in the business of wrestling, you know, you sell a story. I sold them a story. Okay?
You did?
It came back to the point where then they say, well, you know, hey, we can't stand lies, you gotta be blah, 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 kicked off. And I was like, they told me to leave. They don't show that. I didn't leave. I didn't get on the bus. They had all the people that they were eliminating get on the bus, blah, blah, blah. And Fit Finley and John Laurinaitis, they came up and said, why don't you get on the bus? I said, I ain't get on no goddamn bus. I said, I didn't lose. I said, everybody on that bus are losers. You know? I didn't lose. I showed everybody that I'm capable of doing this. So it ain't got nothing to do. He said, well, you lied. I said, well, excuse my French. I said, this business is a lie. That's what we're doing. We're selling lies in terms of I'm beating you up and so forth. I don't mean to put it like that. Yeah. But, I mean, I wanted a job, you know, and I had to get, like, real, you know. And I did not get on the bus. And the bus drove away, and I walked my ass back to the hotel by myself on Venice Beach. Didn't know a soul, but there was no Plan B, and I let them know that, and they respected that. In fact, when they told me to get out of the ring and leave the set, I just stayed around the perimeter, walked around them.
I ain't going nowhere.
I ain't going nowhere. Imagine that. You know, you tell me to say, hey, Marty, we're done with the show, and I said, man, I ain't going nowhere. I mean, that takes some balls.
Yeah.
Man, I ain't going nowhere. I just showed you, bro. I mean, I looked straight at the camera, and you can see that, and I said, I came here for a job. I'm gonna get a job.
I'll tell you, man, because I do remember that Tough Enough when you were in it, and not because you're here. You stood out. I remembered you. You know, you were, you know, with the hair and just the build and just your aggression, how and your intensity.
You know, and thank you for that. But I was on a mission, and I knew that I've accomplished the mission by showing them my physical ability. I mean, I was the oldest guy there.
Yep.
Okay, I was the closest guy to my age was 28, maybe 20.
You put all those kids on the runner, man.
And I was 40. And you're talking about, it was about maybe 100 kids out there.
Yeah.
And in fact, that whole storyline with that, because I showed there, and matter of fact, the LA Knight, he was trying out for it at that time, and he was sitting on the seat behind me, and just when I just left SmackDown 2-3 weeks ago, we did a scene with him, and he shared that story with me. He said, you may not remember me, I had a long hair kid. He said, man, but I sat behind you on the bus. And it's like, and he said you had the headphones on, and blah blah blah. But I had headphones on, but my cassette player, it didn't work. You know, it didn't work. I just had it on to make it look like I was listening to music, but I was listening to everything.
You were listening to everyone saying
what they were saying. You know what I mean? Listen to it. I went there with a strategy.
You went there on a mission,
yes,
man.
and I kept quiet. So in LA Knight says, yeah, man. He said, you even brought you some. You had baby oil with me. And I asked him, I said, you want any in this? You want any in this body sheen? You know,
Body sheen.
Baby oil. I call it body sheen, and I stole that from Rock, by the way.
Oh,
I heard him say it once, and so I took it. But that was just before he became as big as he is now. But yeah, and I heard him say body sheen. And I said, yeah, I'm gonna. So when I went out with that, that's what I did. But LA Knight remembers that story. But, it just goes on with persistence, man. You just got to believe in yourself, just like you guys believe in this podcast, and you're making it work. And I'm so thankful that you guys are asking me to be a part of your growth in terms of...
You don't know how thankful we are that you accepted it and you came on,
man. You real people, man. You guys real recognize as real, and without a doubt. And your family's beautiful.
Thank you so much. Thank you, man.
Thank you. My kid went home, and all he's doing is talking about Boogeyman. It's funny. He went to a dance after he left here. And he was so excited. He was bummed out because my wife took him home a little early, right? And she's like, man, I want to hang out with Boogeyman.
Your kid is amazing, man. Kid is amazing, man. When everybody's so well groomed, and polite, very polite, very respectful. And unfortunately, in today's world, there's a lot of lack of respect,
It's very much so, man. And man, you look fantastic from when you first started, man.
Thank you.
What is your secret to?
Yeah, you haven't aged, bro.
Yeah, I was like, man.
No, it's the paint, brother. It's the paint. And you keep painting the face and say, well, man, you look the same. Yeah,
the paint.
No, I believe in a very healthy regimen lifestyle of living, and it's very simple, and my girl, she helps me out a lot. Laura, she helps me out a lot. She's a vegan, by the way, which keeps me encouraged in terms, I'm not a vegan, I love me, come on.
Right.
Eat some amazing steak, but just try to follow a little bit of the guidelines and just eat from Mother Earth and exercise. Exercise has always been a part of my life. Prior to WWE, I did bodybuilding and acting. I wanted to be a stuntman and all that.
Is that still in the cards for you?
Well, yeah. Actually, it was on the cards before WWE. I'm actually trying to get back.
That was it. Okay, you're getting back into it. Okay.
Silver screen. But but prior to that, I actually was drafted in the 12th round in 1986. In the 1900s, I was behind Ozzie Newsome.
Okay.
In the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, wow.
I played 3 years with 3 years in arena football. 2 years with the Miami Hooters and 1 year with the inaugural season with the Barnstones. Kurt Warner was the quarterback then. So a lot of people don't have that knowledge of who's this guy, where did he come from. No, as mature as I am, I don't want to say age, but you learn it. You
say seasoned.
Yeah,
seasoned. Seasoned. Yes.
Very seasoned.
Yeah.
I like that. Let's steal that one too.
Oh man, no. We start winding down here, man. What advice can you give just to the youth coming up, man? Like, what advice do you give them to the younger generation, like his son, my daughters, the younger generation coming up? What advice can you give them on life?
In life, well, for one, honor thy mother and father. You only get one. You only get one, man. A child that's disrespectful to his parents is disrespectful to himself.
Look at that. Coming from the Boogeyman, that's awesome.
Yes.
Sincerely, but yeah, I think for the most part, love your mother and father, do the right thing, and take your time and live life and love life, because love life, it'll love you back. I guarantee you, no matter what circumstances you're going through. Sometimes all of us, we have different burdens to carry.
Yes, sir.
What may be stress to me may not be stress to you, or however, but for the most part, be appreciative towards a human being. Practice on being nice. That's a practice we don't practice. People need to just try to be good to people. And it'll come back, man. Life is so much more easier to try to like someone or just try to hate someone. You cut your life days shorter by trying to hate someone. You got all that hate. Love, man. Love is where it's all at, man.
Absolutely, yes.
Sincerely, don't get, That would fuck him a reputation up, man. You get no Boogeyman all soft.
Boogeyman, I got one last question for you, and we'll leave this. A lot of people when they retire, they're always talking about hanging up the boots. So I'm gonna take a little twist on that. Not about hanging up the boots, but the day that you finally wipe off the paint for the last time. What do you want your legacy in the world of pro wrestling to be?
You know, and I see it when I see an older, like the generation now, my fans now, they weren't even born when I was performing on TV. But when I hear when the generation that watch me, they bring in their kids, and I hear what they say, that I brought so much to their childhood. Mm-hmm. You know, man, I remember, man, when you used to come on, my mom used to always, they'd have their room clean and stuff like that. Just that bright moment in their life when they think back, whether their mom and dad are gone away. He said, man, I remember when my mom, she's passed away now, but we used to watch you. When they share that moment with me, that they shared watching me together, that means more to me than anything, you know. And first and foremost, I just want to leave a good smile and a loving feeling in everyone's heart when I do leave this earth, you know, and transcend to the stars or the sky or however you may put it. But
where do Boogeymans go?
With the worms, I think. You know.
Where do Boogeymans go?
Yeah, when they're gone, where do they go?
No, Boogie. We want to say, man, I was always a fan of yours. But up until I met you today, or this weekend after meeting you and talking with you, I'm even a bigger fan of you, man.
I agree.
Man, you're just a great human being. You really are, man. Thank you.
And this is one of the first live podcasts I've ever done.
Okay, thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing it, man. Thank you. So, man, I mean, we want to thank you for coming on here and talking with us, man.
It's a real honor, man.
Thank you, man. I mean, and you guys listen to the wise words from the Boogeyman for younger generations. If you don't listen,
I'm coming to get ya.
So a big thank you again to Boogeyman for coming and hanging out with us today at RomeoCon.
Guys.
Thank you. And big thanks to our sponsors, the Law Office of Christopher Hoff and the Taco Villa in Villa Park. Boogeyman, we usually sign off with a toast, raising up our toast,
yes,
and saying, Salud, cabrones, man. So when you're ready, 1, 2, 3. Salud, cabrones! We out.